Mr. Parag Parikh, one of India's best-known value investors and an authority on behavioral finance, was the founder of Parag Parikh Financial Advisory Services Limited and PPFAS Mutual Fund. Mr. Parag Parikh left the world much too early in May 2015, when his car crashed at Omaha, Nebraska, USA, where he had gone to attend Warren Buffett's talk as part of Berkshire Hathaway's 2015 annual general meeting. It was an irony that Mr. Parag Parikh breathed his last in Omaha, Nebraska, where Mr. Warren Buffett was born and holds Berkshire Hathaway's annual general meeting, which is considered as a mecca for investors worldwide. So without further ado, let's begin Chapter Y's summary of his masterpiece book titled Value Investing in Behavioral Finance. Chapter 1, Success and Failure. In the first chapter, Mr. Parag Parikh discusses about why people fail, characteristics of human nature, we strive for, unwillingness to delay gratification, success. Why people fail. Mr. Parikh starts by discussing the question of why people fail in life. He mentions Brian Tracy, a well-known motivational speaker, whose insights on human nature serve as the foundation for the book's blend of value investing and behavioral finance. Despite the abundance of information available on how to achieve success, many people fail to live up to their potential. Self-improvement books are bestsellers, yet most individuals do not realize their full capacities, strength of character and ability to delay gratification. Mr. Parikh further says that failure and success is a result of strength of one's character. Economists argue that the primary reason for economic failure in life is the inability to delay gratification. People often choose what is fun and easy over what is hard and necessary, and they prefer tension-relieving activities to goal-achieving ones. The role of our habits. Success and failure are largely determined by habits, as approximately 90% of our actions are dictated by our habits. We tend to stick to the same routines, associate with the same people, and respond to events in familiar ways. Even if our habits are leading to failure, we prefer consistency because it is comfortable. Resistance to change. Mr. Parikh says that we all are naturally resistant to change and tend to stay within our comfort zones. This comfort zone, even if it results in low performance, is preferable to change. A key idea Mr. Parikh shares is that sowing a thought leads to an action, sowing an action leads to a habit, sowing a habit leads to character, and sowing character determines one's destiny. Hence, changing one's thoughts and actions is the starting point for making successful habits and ultimately shaping one's character. The strength of character. Mr. Parikh emphasizes that the strength of character is the distinguishing factor between winners and losers. Understanding human nature starts with an honest understanding of oneself and recognizing the role of habits. Mr. Parikh says that self-knowledge and self-awareness are key to personal growth and success, and hence, understanding oneself and one's habits is crucial to changing one's thought patterns and actions to sow the seeds of success. Characteristics of human nature. Mr. Parikh outlines various characteristics of human nature, shedding light on how these traits influence our actions and behaviors. Laziness. Human beings inherently value leisure and seek ways to minimize the time and effort required for tasks. People tend to opt for the easiest way to accomplish something as it allows them to enjoy the results sooner. Laziness is a common trait, and it can either lead to positive progress if harnessed effectively or stagnation if it results in avoidance of productive efforts. Greedy. Human nature is characterized by a desire to maximize gains while minimizing costs, whether in terms of money or effort. People are driven by the instinct to choose options that offer more. Be it higher pay for work or a larger piece of cake for the same price. This inclination toward maximizing benefits is a rational and common behavior. Ambition. Every individual is constantly striving to enhance the quality of their life, and all actions are driven by a desire for personal improvement. Even when faced with challenges, people act with the intention of bettering their circumstances, even if they don't always succeed. This ambition is a universal motivator, though the specific goals may vary from person to person. Self-interest. Human nature dictates that individuals predominantly think, feel, and act in ways that serve their own interests and happiness. People make choices based on what they believe is best for themselves at a given moment. Even when performing acts of charity. Self-interest is a fundamental aspect of human nature and is closely tied to the instinct for self-preservation. Ignorance. Every person operates with incomplete information because it is impossible for anyone to possess all knowledge about a particular subject. Human actions are taken with varying degrees of uncertainty due to the inherent limits of knowledge. Ignorance is a universal condition, and people often make decisions with partial or, at times, complete ignorance about the facts. Vanity. As human beings, individuals often hold themselves in high regard, considering themselves superior to others in various aspects, including intelligence, appearance, wealth, and personality. Vanity is a common human trait and is neither inherently good nor bad. Industries like cosmetics, fashion, and furnishings cater to this aspect of human nature by appealing to individuals' vanity rather than addressing basic needs. We strive for. This part from the book provides a comprehensive exploration of human nature and the fundamental desires that drive human behavior. Basic human nature. Mr. Parikh highlighting some core traits inherent in human nature, which include laziness, greed, ambition, selfishness, ignorance, and vanity. He acknowledges that these aspects of human nature, when taken to their extremes, often lead to unhappiness and can contribute to many of the world's problems. Human desires in order of priority. Mr. Parikh then goes on to discuss human desires prioritized in the following order. Security. Security is the most fundamental human need, encompassing aspects like physical safety, economic stability, and emotional security. Any threat to security triggers defensive instincts, fear, and anger. Comfort. After achieving security, individuals seek physical comfort. People are willing to work hard and invest significant resources to attain the comforts they desire. Leisure. Following security and comfort, people yearn for leisure and the opportunity to relax. Leisure activities, such as vacations, golf, or theater, are highly valued and often command substantial financial investments. This preference for leisure is rooted in our inherent laziness. Love. Love is the fourth priority. Human beings deeply desire affection and love from others, to the extent that they are willing to make great sacrifices for it. The quest for love is a lifelong pursuit for many. Respect. Respect from individuals outside of one's immediate family is the fifth desire. This stems from the innate vanity of humans, leading them to seek recognition, praise, and appreciation from others. People will go to great lengths to earn and maintain the goodwill and respect of others. Fulfillment. The deepest and most profound human craving is for fulfillment. People long for meaning and purpose in life, desiring to realize their full potential and become everything they are capable of becoming. Unwillingness to delay gratification. Mr. Parikh then discusses the essence of human nature and the fundamental concept of the expediency factor, or E factor, which influences why people succeed or fail. The expediency factor, the key principle of human nature, is that individuals consistently seek the quickest and easiest paths to fulfill their desires, often with a focus on immediate gratification. Mr. Parikh mentions Brian Tracy and refers to the concept of the expediency factor, or E factor, which is pivotal in understanding both success and failure. Human beings instinctively tend to choose short-term gain but long-term pain instead of the other way round. He shares several examples of how people tend to opt for short-term gains at the cost of long-term consequences. For example, students cram for exams to achieve immediate success, but this approach hampers their long-term learning and career prospects. B. A young person might drop out of college to buy a car for instant gratification, leading to a lifetime of lower-paying jobs. C. Labor unions may demand higher wages, resulting in short-term gains but potentially crippling industries and causing permanent unemployment in the long term. D. Criminals engage in illegal activities to acquire quick funds, suffering the long-term consequences of a ruined life and societal stigma. E. Employees who do only the minimum required to receive their paychecks, failing to invest in self-improvement, may experience long-term career stagnation. The role of the E factor, as outlined, is responsible for many failures in people's lives, as they often indulge in immediate gratification while ignoring the long-term repercussions of their actions. Mr. Parikh suggests that only a rare few individuals, less than 5% in each generation, can consciously overcome the E factor, resist the temptation of short-term gains, and achieve long-term success. These rare few individuals who can master and resist the E factor are more likely to achieve lasting success in their lives. Success. Here, Mr. Parikh emphasizes the critical role of self-discipline in achieving success. The importance of self-discipline. Mr. Parikh highlights the significance of self-discipline as the most vital quality for success. Self-discipline refers to the willpower to make oneself do what needs to be done, even when it's challenging or unappealing, and irrespective of personal feelings or preferences. Mr. Parikh shares Napoleon Hill's insight, who is renowned for his book, Think and Grow Rich, and says that after studying the lives of successful individuals, Mr. Hill concluded that self-discipline is the key to attaining wealth and success. Successful people are those who consistently engage in tasks and activities that many unsuccessful people tend to avoid. The price of success. Success often requires performing tasks that most people, both successful and unsuccessful, may not particularly enjoy. The difference lies in successful individuals' willingness to tackle these tasks, recognizing them as the price to be paid for achieving their goals. Building self-discipline. Mr. Parikh says that each instance of practicing self-discipline strengthens the habit itself, just as giving in to expedient or immediate gratification reinforces the tendency to act in an expedient manner. The keys to success are hard work, persistence, and focusing on specific goals. Strength of character. The strength of one's character is directly proportional to their ability to resist expedient and short-term actions. It's the ability to counteract inherent human traits like laziness, greed, ambition, selfishness, ignorance, and vanity with the discipline to do what is right. The mindset of success. Success in life is achieved by making a conscious decision to do what is necessary, even when it's challenging, and aligning one's actions with those of successful, self-disciplined individuals. True self-esteem, a foundational quality of success, is built on mastering oneself and resisting the allure of the quickest and easiest paths to success. The connection between self-discipline and self-esteem. Mr. Parikh says that self-esteem is closely linked to self-discipline, as mastering oneself and adhering to the right course of action, even in the face of temptation, ultimately leads to increased self-esteem. At EA Capital, we put in a lot of effort to create these videos, so if you like our content, please support us by hitting the like button and subscribe and share our channel. Conclusion. In the concluding part of the chapter, Mr. Parag Parikh introduces the concept of universal principles, specifically focusing on the law of the farm. The law of the farm. Mr. Parikh highlights the existence of universal principles that remain consistent regardless of changing circumstances, technology, geography, demographics, and more. He introduces the law of the farm as an illustrative example, emphasizing the notion that you cannot sow a seed today and expect to reap the harvest tomorrow. Nature operates without instant gratification. Life aligned with nature and no shortcuts. Mr. Parikh underscores that success in life comes from understanding that there are no shortcuts. Those who attempt shortcuts are likely to fail. The principles of the law of the farm apply to investments as well. Quick wealth from investing is unrealistic. Embracing delayed gratification. He suggests that successful investors, like Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, and Peter Lynch, owe their success to their ability to delay gratification and resist the urge for quick gains. He argues that understanding human nature, particularly the pull of instant gratification, the E factor, forms the foundation of this book and simplifies the concept of investing. Balancing IQ and EQ. Mr. Parikh highlights the importance of emotional quotient, EQ, alongside intelligence quotient, IQ, in achieving success and happiness. He contrasts the belief that high IQ alone guarantees success with the reality that many successful individuals possess EQ traits such as emotional composure and resilience. EQ relates to a person's mental composure, their ability to think clearly through life's challenges, and their capacity to accept failures without losing motivation. Schools often overlook the development of EQ, but it can be cultivated through introspection and observation of emotions. Mr. Parikh says that this book is designed to shed light on various methods for developing EQ, both as a person and as an investor. For a one-to-one discussion with a highly experienced and knowledgeable finance professional at EA Capital, who always keep your interests ahead of everything and work in a completely transparent manner, you can write to us at info@eacapital.in, and one of our team members will get in touch with you. Stay tuned for next chapter.